Welcome back, guys. It's getting sort of dire. This is Torinar with my friend Boopsy. As a recap, at the start of this season, I fired and rehired Boopsy, and then, in a similar vein, Boopsy fired me and replaced me with an evil clone of a guy named John, who fired Boopsy and replaced him with an evil version of Boopsy. And now me and Boopsy are trying to take back our studio.
Enough with the summary narrator. Now, how did we get back on the show anyways? How are we recording? I ate the wires.
Battery-powered backup mics.
Where'd you get those from? I thought I ate them all.
Why does it matter? Let's finish this episode, and then let's take back our studio.
Wait. Why did you call the closet a studio?
What? No, look. Let's intro the episode and then talk about the plan while it's playing.
Fine. Without further ado, Season 2, Episode 7.
The Crisis.
What does it do mean?
Why are you doing this? Isn't it obvious? I want my scroll back.
What in the cosmos do you mean by that?
Your civilization has my scroll. I want it back.
We have no such documents.
Liars! You have my scroll. You have the mist to prove it.
I don't understand. Ah!
Nova!
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Who's next?
Are you ready?
As much as I'll ever be.
So where's the back entrance?
You see that doorway over there?
Yep.
It leads straight into the meeting room. It's an emergency exit, but if we can get across the room without being noticed, it's smooth sailing down to the basement.
Perfect. Did you submit the distraction?
Yes. The meeting started 5 minutes ago, and they should start discussing it any minute. Did you get the refractum?
Procured from a black market salesman named Steve, as you requested.
Did he recognize you?
Ah! Me? The master of disguise, Charles Schmidt? Of course he recognized me. But that's besides the point.
Well, it looks like we have everything. Let's go. Now!
The first subject of today's meeting is whether or not we should fear extraterrestrial life beyond those on Earth. Here to talk about the subject is Lucas Theodore.
Oh yes, thank you, Bill. And thank you to whoever here submitted such a question. You see, I find it very important to talk about the possibilities of aliens, but before we look at the future of this matter, we need to look at the past. Yes, we must think back to the days of the Egyptians, when the extraterrestrials built the pyramids, and the aliens surmounted all human civilization.
You really did pick the
the
perfect
Sphinx.
distraction.
The Sphinx was
Thank you.
actually placed
Thank you.
there by
Let's
the
keep moving.
aliens with their wetted limestone and their...
Turn here.
Ah, I see it. And I feel the pulse too.
Yep, I think it's affecting the meeting room. People in there tend to argue a lot more than they should.
Interesting.
Now, let's finish the mission.
Yes.
Fredrico, you don't have to do this!
How do you know? You don't even know why I'm doing this.
Yeah, we do! It's because you want a piece of paper!
Owen, my dear boy, the scroll is only an intermediate step from my master plan.
Well then...
Owen, did you really think you could distract me while this man came at me from behind? It's the oldest trick in the book. But anyhow, I feel for you. You just got chewed out by Nova over here. I'd feel bad hurting you, so instead...
Wait, no!
And that's my cue to leave. I suggest you don't follow me. Nova!
Yeah?
Nova, you're alive!
Yeah, but I heard the staff. How did... I know how you survived. Yeah? Look! Fluffy. Fluffy saw you were about to die, and he put himself in the way so he can spare you. He did. Don't you see? See what? It's all my fault! Owen. Don't Owen me! You know it's true! You're the one who said it! Don't bring Fluffy! This is a dangerous mission, but I said no! I brought him along, and this is what I get! Fluffy's dead, and it's all my fault! Owen, you're not the one who killed him. Fredrico is. No! You were right this whole time! I was the one who was wrong! You said I was useless! You warned me not to bring Fluffy! You blamed me for all sorts of things! Owen! And you were right! I have to go now, before you guys die because of me! Owen, come back!
How does it feel?
Horrible. I kept saying bad things about him, like a sibling would. I thought the things I said didn't make it through to him, so I didn't stop saying them. And now he thinks everything's his fault.
I meant, how does your wound feel? But that works.
Well, I can't even feel my wound right now. I feel so bad for Owen.
For what it's worth, I think his wounds go deeper than your insults.
What do you mean?
Last night, something woke me and Owen up. Owen came out to the fire, and I came out a bit later. I asked him about his sleep, and he mentioned some troubled times in his past.
Really?
Yep.
With how he acts today, I never would have guessed.
I think today he overcompensates to make sure he doesn't have to deal with the wound.
Interesting. What are we gonna do?
About what?
Everything. Fluffy, Owen, that army marching towards the first city. What are we gonna do?
Well, we need to start by dressing our wounds. From there, we need to get back to the city. I have a feeling Owen needs to take some time to himself.
Okay, we packed the first aid kit, but how are we going to get back to the city? Teleporting is risky, and even if we wanted to, we would need fuel, or in other words, hydroelectricity. I don't know if you know this, but we're out of water!
Yes, that is true.
Wait a minute.
What?
Fluffy!
What about him?
You remember how he wanted pickles?
Yeah, but what?
Pickle juice! It can work just like water. Of course it has a different flavor, but...
It's genius!
Maybe Fluffy wasn't as useless as I made him out to be.
Alright, let's get moving.
Wow, this place really is infested.
Tell me about it.
Now, let's do this!
Halt!
Bill, I thought you were...
Oh, be quiet. I knew you were up to something there. Trey said you weren't allowed in.
And how might you have figured out we were up to anything?
You think I don't have security during meetings? I saw you come in. Also, Opal, if you don't want someone to know that you sent in a meeting topic request, you should sign it anonymous, not Amble Open Fire.
Amble Opa Fire?
Hey, if Cell Rack works for you, surely Amble can work for me.
Look, I don't have time for this. I need you guys out of here.
But Bill!
Don't butt bill me. Out.
Fiat Lux.
What is that on the walls?
It's the infestation.
Bill, why aren't they gone yet? What in the cosmos is this?
This is why I needed to come to your basement, Mr. Baloney Man.
Lovely to see you again, too.
Opal, would you do the honors?
Yes, but first I need everyone to make sure they aren't touching the infestation. All right. 3, 2, 1. Tenebris removera infestio.
Did you know she could do that?
No, I mean, I'd see the other one, but not that powerful.
Opal, do you see that?
See what?
There's a scroll wedged in the pit where the ecrypsum was.
I think I see it. Bill, could you telekinetically grab it?
Absolutely.
What does it say?
It says, Telesynapsis is the first of 3 original mists. It was created by Maker and given to several creatures before. It was deemed unsafe to give to all humans. This scroll is a gift. It gives all who read it the mist of telesynapsis in its full raw form. If you are reading this, then you have either been gifted the power from a priest, or the scroll has been stolen from its temple.
What in the cosmos?
We figured out how everybody got their powers last year. This was in the anomaly.
Alright, everyone. We have a couple of very important announcements that were very short notice. Here to announce are Opal Fire and Treycon Gladius.
Thank you, Bill. Everyone, it has come to my recent attention that underneath this tent, there was an infestation of Eclipsium, aka evil in a physical form. We assume that it was brought here a year ago, when the shadow stood on this ground. But don't worry, though it was affecting the goings on at this room, we have it exterminated.
But after it was cleared out, we could see clearly into the pit where Heart River used to flow into, and we found something. A mystic scroll which details the art of the telesynaptis. We believe that the water hidden in that scroll is what caused the original agency to gain telesynaptis powers. We also believe that the infestation was affecting my mental state and made me more argumentative with Opal. So as I've thought about it, I've decided that Opal may return to the government should she wish.
Opal!
Charles, wasn't that great? Don't you love happy endings?
Yes, but...
But what?
Attention, people of this fine colony. I am Fredrico Vindicta, and I am here to reclaim what is rightfully mine. Your people have my mist scroll. I dropped it a few years ago when I first arrived in this dump, and I couldn't find it. By the time I learned its location, your people had built your city around it. I have a wizard army of 5,000, which is, I am confident, many more than you could ever have in your colony. If you don't return that scroll to me in the next half hour, I will burn your city and hunt every last one of you down until I get what I came for. Your 30 minutes starts.
Alright, so that's the plan. Are you ready, Boopsy? Wait, where did you go, Boopsy? Why, Boopsy? Well, would you look at that? We're alive! And we have our studio back!
And it was all because of me.
Alright, Boopsy. Let's call it an episode and move on with life.
Fine. But how long's left in the season, by the way?
Well, next episode is the finale.
Oh my god, that got me! I was not kidding.
On with the credits! The Nautilus Chronicles was written and produced by Connor Peterson and Finley Peterson. Our cover art and music are from soundimage.org and Pixabay. This episode's cast included Finley Peterson, Kinsley Hoka, Bryce Rickman, Connor Peterson, Elijah Lowen, Kendall Rayburn, Jet Parker, Luke Denny, and David Hammer. Our website is nautiluschronicles.com and our email is nautiluschronicles@gmail.com. See you next week!
One more episode? I have like no showtime whatsoever. This isn't fair.